You know what? What's with the letter? I woke up this morning and you are gone. I don't even know what that letter means.
Oh, you finally woke up? Good morning. Just because it's your day off doesn't mean you should sleep in too late.
Shut up. Answer my question.
Did you read my letter?
I did.
Everything I have to say is in the letter.
I read it and I don't understand what it means. That's why I'm asking you. What do you mean 6 months to live? Yeah, I get it. You're cheating on me.
What did you say? Why would I do that?
You wanted an excuse to break up with me, so you started talking about life expectancy, didn't you? You left me this stupid letter, and now you're at your lover's house.
No, I'm at the hospital. I was too shocked yesterday to talk to the doctors. So today, I had Mom come with me and listen to what they had to say. Isn't that what it says in the letter?
No, that's a lie. If that's the case, why didn't you ask me to go with you to something so important?
Casey, you're busy with work, aren't you? Even yesterday, you came home after I went to bed. Besides, I've been telling you that I haven't been feeling well for the past 2 months. But you didn't listen to me at all, saying that you are too busy to go to the hospital.
Huh? It's my fault? You think it's okay for you to cheat on your husband while he's busy working?
I told you it wasn't cheating. Why are you so suspicious? I'm a mess too. I was told I had 6 months to live. I wanted to tell you in person if I could, but I knew you'd be too busy with work. I thought I'd at least tell you in a letter. I was so scared while I was writing it that my hands were shaking.
You're right, talk about bad penmanship. You really want to cheat on me with such a lame trick? You're such a blatant liar, telling me you have 6 months to live. You've been thinking hard for a girl like you, but it won't work on me.
Why don't you believe me? You're terrible!
Now you're gonna cry me to death. Maybe that's how you got the guy you're having an affair with. I don't want you to think I'm stupid.
Then come to the hospital today. The doctor said I should have my husband come with me. Even if you don't believe my explanation, you can believe his, right?
Do you think I'm falling for that? I wouldn't believe a word a cheating woman says.
Then what am I supposed to do? I'm so scared, and my husband doesn't trust me. I'm going crazy with anxiety.
You're already crazy. Your husband is working overtime every day, and you're cheating on him. And you use that as an excuse to cheat on him.
I told you it's not like that.
If that's what you want to do, I don't care. I'll get another woman too.
What?
I'm divorcing you. Don't come home again.
Wait a minute. My poor sister got kicked out of her house by her husband. I heard you ran away to her parents' house because you had nowhere to go. Poor you, you have only 6 months to live. How are you feeling now? Amy? I thought I blocked you.
I made a sub-account. I wanted to interview a woman whose husband left her.
You're as insidious as ever. I mean, how do you know my husband and I are divorced? I didn't tell anyone but my parents and my husband about my life expectancy.
Yeah, you're so inconsiderate, aren't you? That's why Casey left you.
No way. Don't tell me.
Casey is sleeping next to me right now.
You're kidding me, right? He said he's divorcing and getting a new woman. I never thought he'd go out with you of all people.
What new woman? I've been dating Casey for 6 months now.
Huh? 6 months ago? That's before we got divorced.
That's right. He told you he was busy with work, right? He was coming home in the morning, wasn't he? That wasn't work. He was meeting me.
Oh my God. After all that talk about me cheating, he was the one cheating on me. I told him that if it bothered him so much, we could talk about it through a lawyer. He suddenly softened and said he would spare me compensation and asked me to divorce him quickly. That's because he had something to be guilty of.
Don't tell me you didn't know this until now. He dumped you because you're that stupid.
I didn't want to spend money in court because of the cost of treatment. I made a mistake going along with the divorce so easily.
Treatment? What are you gonna do when you only have 6 months to live? Why don't you stop wasting money on useless things and give it to me and Casey for a celebration?
Excuse me?
Casey and I are getting married next month. It'll be even more extravagant than your wedding. I'm so excited. You can come too, sis. If it's next month, you'll still be alive, right?
I'm definitely not going. I'm not going to a cheating bastard's wedding.
It's your own sister's wedding, too. A sister who doesn't come to her own sister's wedding is a disgrace to the world. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Because you'll be moving on soon anyway, right?
I'm not going to the other side until I get my revenge on you guys. You'll see.
I don't know what you're talking about with only 6 months to live. I really feel sorry for you, sis. Her own sister took her husband and left her with only 6 months to live. You're going to die lonely, aren't you? I wouldn't want to end up like that.
I've never ended up like that.
Don't be so stubborn. You've always been like that. Always losing to your sister who is prettier and better than you.
The whole family is fed up with you, Amy. We kicked you out of the house and disowned you. But then you came in and stole my husband away from me. Don't complain if I get back at you.
Yeah. Howl of a loser. Your life is so miserable, isn't it?
Casey, did you know Amy is my sister?
Who's Amy? I'm busy with work.
So, it's your job to sleep with Amy.
Huh?
You don't have to pretend anymore. Amy told me everything. She said you two have been having an affair for the past 6 months. All those times you said you'd be working late, that was just an excuse to see that woman. When we got divorced, you accused me of cheating. But you are the one who really cheated on me.
Oh, I see. She told you. I was gonna keep quiet until you died because it'd be too much trouble. You've got 6 months to live, but if you found out, so be it. I'm marrying your sister.
So, you admit you cheated on me.
That's right. I was surprised when I found out she's your sister, because she's nothing like you. Unlike you, who works hard and looks like a man, she's like a fragile girl, a family-oriented girl, and I want to protect her. If I'm gonna have a wife, it has to be this kind of girl.
Is that why you cheated on me? We talked about it and decided that we would both work after marriage.
What kind of reason is that? Wanting a pretty girl instead of an ugly one as a wife? It's a natural feeling for a man, isn't it?
That doesn't mean it's okay to cheat on your wife. If you wanted to break up with me, you should have talked to me about it before you started dating Amy. You've been cheating on me for 6 months, and then you accuse me of cheating on you. You didn't have to go to all the trouble to divorce me, especially when I was worried about dying.
Well, you whining about me leaving you was a real masterpiece. Amy and I laughed our asses off.
That's how you two always made fun of me.
What then? I'm telling you, our divorce is already final, you know. Even you agreed to a quick separation without compensation, right?
You can get compensation even after the divorce if you find out there was infidelity. Just because we separated without me asking for compensation doesn't mean I agreed to anything.
What would happen if you got compensation anyway? You've got 6 months to live, so what's the point of getting the money? I mean, you're going to die during the court proceedings.
As I told Amy, I'm not going to die until I get my revenge on you guys.
Well, good luck with that. If you're so inclined, maybe I'll file for compensation too.
Huh? Don't tell me you're going to charge me for cheating on you.
No, I'm not. I'm filing it because I've suffered emotionally because you married me while hiding your true nature.
My true nature? What are you talking about?
I heard you and your parents got together and kicked Amy out of your parents' house. You made all these crazy accusations, and you were jealous of little Amy, weren't you? She was penniless and lived in a park for a while with nothing but the clothes on her back. Poor Amy. I'm really suffering emotionally from the fact that I married you, not knowing you are such a lousy woman. That's why I'm filing for alimony.
Are you stupid? Amy told you that story, didn't she? She told you that she lived in a park. She made it up. She was actually moving from one boyfriend to another. She even said that why she was disowned.
Shut up! How many boyfriends could Amy have had? Amy is a pure and sincere woman.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What a lousy woman to kick out her fragile little sister. You got sick and that's your punishment. How do you like that?
Oh yeah, that's enough. Like I said, I'm going to take measures to file for compensation. If you want to hire a lawyer too, you're on your own. I don't know if you have anyone to defend you.
Go ahead and howl at your own peril. You've got 6 months to live. You'll die before you can do anything.
That's something you'll have to wait for in 6 months. I'll make you regret it, I promise.
Hey, May! I can't pay the compensation anymore.
What are you talking about? You better pay me by the due date, or I'll deduct it from your salary.
You've got to be kidding me. I couldn't even have a wedding with Amy because you asked for compensation. You're gonna take away Amy's life too.
Amy's life? What do you mean?
She suddenly had a stomachache, so I took her to the hospital. They told me that she had a serious disease and that she might become bedridden without an organ transplant. But the transplant surgery cost a fortune. This isn't the time for me to be paying you compensation.
Well, in the first place, I really wanted you to pay the compensation in one lump sum. But you said you couldn't and got down on your knees. I had no choice but to accept it in installments. You also signed an agreement that if you are even 1 day late, I could forcibly collect.
That's that, and this is this. How can you say that when your sister's life is at stake in this emergency? You're going to die soon, so it doesn't matter if you have the money.
You're wrong. It's not me who is gonna die soon. It's Amy, isn't it?
Screw you! You're about to run out of time. Why are you still alive?
Didn't I tell you? I'm cured.
Huh? No way!
Do you know what kind of disease I have?
The incurable disease that gives you 6 months to live. There's no way you're cured.
Incurable? Where did you get that delusion? I wrote you a letter before the divorce. They found a tumor, but they couldn't operate on it at the local hospital. If I hadn't gone to a big hospital in the city for treatment, I would have only had 6 months to live.
What did you say?
I knew you didn't read the letter properly. After that, I got a referral to a doctor at a big hospital, had a surgery, and recuperated well. I've been back to work since last month. I'm planning to live until I'm at least 80 years old, right?
What? So you really are cured?
Too bad I didn't die. I told you I wouldn't die until I got my revenge on you and my sister.
Then you don't need the money, do you?
Huh?
If you're working, you're not hurting for money. Don't you have the heart to let your sister off the hook for compensation?
Whose sister?
Amy! She's in real trouble if she doesn't have a transplant surgery. You should atone for the crime of kicking Amy out of the house all those years ago. Shouldn't you do everything you can for her?
She's not my sister. I mean, I'm glad we kicked her out of the house. The seeds of that woman's disease have been there since then, haven't they? If we hadn't disowned her, it would have been me and my parents who would have been in trouble.
What are things to say? About Amy, who is suffering from an unexplained illness.
Unexplained? Don't make me laugh.
What's funny?
Did Amy say the cause is unknown? And you believe her? You're so stupid.
Then you know what Amy's disease is.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess, but I think I'm 90% right. The cause of her disease is she has too many relationships with men.
Huh? You're insulting Amy again.
It's not an insult, it's a fact.
Amy's not like that. She's single-minded about me and said she's never had a relationship with anyone before meeting me. She said it was because her sister and parents were jealous of her being the only pretty one in the family and held her back.
She's never had relationships with anyone else. Completely opposite. She's had relationships with everybody else.
Huh?
I told you that even after she was disowned by us, she went from one man's house to another. It was common for her to have 3 or more relationships, and her boyfriends once met in front of my parents' house and caused a commotion. My mother and I tried to stop her. But then she started screaming like, "Those ugly women are jealous of me," and we couldn't do anything about it. We became famous in our hometown for having a bad daughter, so we decided to disown her. That's why she's sick, isn't it?
No way! That's not true! You're just jealous of Amy, aren't you?
If you think so, why don't you ask Amy to her face? I don't think she'll answer honestly.
That's not true! You're a liar!
If you believe Amy, I won't stop you. Of course, I won't stop asking you for compensation either. You can go to hell together as Amy's 100th man. I mean, I think she's cheating on you now, right? Even if you can't pay the medical bills, maybe another guy will take care of it. And then maybe you'll get dumped.
How is that possible? Amy is single-minded about me. There can't be any other guy. I have to save her.
That's very noble of you. Then at least earn the money for her treatment on your own. It's not manly of you to ask your ex-wife, who you cheated on and dumped, to reduce what you owe her.
May, wait a minute. I'll pay the compensation. Just give me a little time to make the payment.
I refuse. I won't wait a day, and I won't reduce it by a penny. Well then, good luck.
Oh no, it's impossible. I mean, really, Amy's sick.
Casey seemed unable to believe Amy after all. He questioned Amy, and when he found out that I was right, he was furious. Amy, on the other hand, was obstinate and confronted him with divorce. I heard that one of Amy's lovers was a lawyer, so she got him involved and all hell broke loose. Somehow, Casey ended up divorcing her after being saddled with a large amount of compensation. Moreover, it seems that his company found out about it and he resigned because it became difficult for him to stay there. He was also behind on payments to me, so I tried to forcibly collect from him. I was surprised to find out that he was already unemployed. Amy was planning to remarry her lawyer boyfriend, but while embroidered in a messy divorce and compensation battle, her condition worsened. Her cute face turned ugly and skinny, and her personality turned wild. Her lawyer boyfriend left her, and she was left alone, waiting for her time to come, or something like that. When I told my parents about this, they both said she deserved it. Now that my illness is completely cured, I am determined to work hard and put my health first while supporting my parents.